Hey folks, well, we made it out of the Smokies. We got a ride, got a shuttle into Newport, Tennessee. We are sitting outside of a superstore of questionable notoriety, and we are, as you can see here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we are transferring all the food that we bought, our next resupply, from the boxes and big packages that it came in into smaller packages, either bags that we have or just the bags that stuff came in that were in a box. So we're going to do all that. We got 3.5 days of food, maybe 4. We got about that far to go. We got 33 miles to go to our next destination, which is Hot Springs, North Carolina. But in the meantime, we're going to stay at a hostel here. They're picking us up later. We're going to go grab some hot dinner at some kind of restaurant around here, and then go to the hostel, and then do laundry and take a shower and wash all that wonderful stuff, and then get back on trail tomorrow. Talk to you later. Morning, folks. Well, we marked another bucket list item off. We stayed in a real bunkhouse type hostel last night. This is what's the name of it again?
Oh gosh. I don't remember. Hikers Haven Hostel.
No, I don't remember. We'll get it right though. But I mean, this is where we stayed last night. There's 2 queen beds, and then up above there are 2 singles, and there were 6 of us last night. We had one side of the queen. There was a couple of guys in the other one, and then folks up above. So it was full up, and it worked okay.
Yeah.
This is pretty primitive, but pretty sufficient. There's a little shower house right across from us. The restroom facilities are just basically a porta-can, but again, quite sufficient. Our host, Julie, trail name Stripper, and her husband, John, are great hosts.
Yes.
Picked us up at Walmart. They're going to bring us back. She's going to bring us back to the trail this morning. Provided coffee. Yep. And there's a hiker box and a snack box in here. She did our laundry for $5, and we had loaner clothes to wear while we were doing that. So everything worked out really good. What do you think? How do you rate it on a scale of 1 to 5?
5?
Oh, for sure. I think so too. We slept great. The beds were comfortable.
I was about to say 10, but you only gave me 5.
Yeah. So anyway, we highly recommend it. Oh gosh, what's the name of the hostel?
I don't remember.
That's awful. Isn't that terrible? Okay. Well, the very next clip is going to be us remembering the name of the shelter. We'll probably get it on the way there when we're riding with Stripper back up to the trail. In the meantime, see you later. Hey folks.
Howdy.
Well, we're back in the tent. The hostel was cool, but we're 6.8 miles from where we got off yesterday.
Yep.
And we hiked up for 5.5 of those miles. It was a booger. We had to hike all the way up to the top of Snowbird Mountain.
Yep.
Where you saw some pictures that we took from up there. There's some kind of a really advanced weather station up there on top. We've seen pictures of it before in videos, but we actually got to see it today. So yeah, we got here about 4:30, I guess. It was a hard slog, and we weren't feeling good. Oh, look here, didn't sleep great last night, and we got away a little bit late. We didn't get away from the hostel till 11. Got on trail at 11:30, but we got a good campsite. We're going to figure out something for dinner. It's still a little bit windy, but the weather's getting better. We actually got sleeted and snowed on for a couple of hours on the way up here. We didn't expect that either. We just thought we'd get rained on. That wasn't enough. We needed sleet and snow too on April the 6th or 7th or whatever it is today.
Yeah, whatever it is.
So anyway, we're just checking in with you. We'll check with you in the morning. We're going to we got 27 miles to get to our next resupply destination, which is Hot Springs. And we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Morning, folks.
Good morning.
Hey, we are at what shelter?
Groundhog Creek Shelter or something?
Groundhog Creek Shelter. Yeah, we didn't stay here. We stayed up on the ridge last night, about 1.2 miles from here. Just were wore out, didn't feel like coming all the way down. But we stopped here for breakfast. We got up this morning. It was blowing a gale up there. We just didn't feel like trying to get the stove fired up. We were cold. So we hiked on down here. It's a really neat little shelter. It's one kind of known for a lot of bear activity. So this one actually has a bear box. I don't know if there's bear cables or not, but there is a bear box. And so we stopped here, cooked our breakfast, ran into some more hikers, some we knew, some we didn't, and found a mystery backpack hanging up here. One of our fellow hikers is kind of checking it out. It's an old aluminum frame pack, and we're pretty sure it belongs to somebody that maybe has been doing some moonshining up here. There's moonshine paraphernalia in it, so no telling what the story is behind it. But I think we're going to hike on about 8 more miles, something like that. We're going to be crossing Max Patch, which is a big bald, I think, that's really famous. You used to be able to camp there, and now you can't anymore because people have used it. But we're going to hike through Max Patch, either camp at a campsite just past it, or go on to the next shelter. And whatever we do, we're taking you with us. See ya. Hey folks, well, we're back on trail, and as nasty and rainy and snowy and sleety and cold as it was yesterday, it's really lovely today. We're, as I mentioned earlier, headed to Max Patch and a bit beyond. Got about 2,600 feet of elevation to gain to get there. And I just wanted you to see, hang on, the difference in the forest. Things are starting to green up. You've seen the flowers we've been posting. Spring is here. So this is the top of Max Patch. It's enormous. It's treeless. And it has a pretty deadgum view, which this obviously isn't going to do any justice to. So maybe that part. But yeah, this is where we've been trying to get all day long. Well, it took us a while. We had to go through the Smokies to get back to it, but we are back in the rhododendron green tunnel. So this is kind of a cool little rocky top. It's not Rocky Top. This is actually Bluff Mountain, we think. But we didn't expect to do all this climbing. So you can kind of see, I know there's trees everywhere, but the view is pretty dang panoramic. And we understand now we're going to do a lot of descending, which is good sometimes, but not always, because sometimes it's a really brutal affair going down rocks that are really steep and hard on our knees. And here is some graffiti that is kind of okay. See you at the bottom. So we're not sure what this is. We just stumbled upon it, but it absolutely smells delicious. And here's what it looks like, blooming beautiful white. Hey folks, end of a long day. We are camped somewhere along the trail.
A little stealth spot.
A really cool little stealth spot that Oleg found. I think we got in about 10 miles today, maybe 10 and a half. So we have about 7.5 to get to Hot Springs. So great day. Yesterday and today are like the flowers on the trail day. You've seen the photos we've been posting, like trilliums and irises and orchids and
All kinds of stuff.
gosh, I don't know, stuff we don't recognize. And what are those May apples? Which have apples on them, right? Eventually the blossom, they produce one blossom, I think, on each plant. And it's just really fascinating, beautiful trail we've been on. Had some pretty brutal climbs. We went like 3 miles, 3.5 miles, flat as a pancake. I thought, yay. And then I took it back because we went over 2 really big climbs. We went over Bluff Mountain. We got to see some trail maintenance folks today. There must have been about 15 of them in like 3 groups. But they maintained the trail. They were actually moving the trail over to one side and taking some rocks out of it so it wouldn't be as cambered, so it wouldn't have an angle you were trying to walk down. And they had their helmets on and their safety gear, and they're just volunteers. So it's just amazing to see that. And then you saw some video of some of the water crossings, water sources that we crossed over today. Just like, I don't know, half a dozen of them or so. It was really wonderful. So we didn't have to carry a lot of water. Sometimes we'll carry 2 liters at a time just to be on the safe side, but really on the Appalachian Trail, 1 liter at a time. If you follow the map and keep up with where the water sources are, is plenty. So our plans are to go to Hot Springs, right? Yay.
Yes.
We're going to have our town faces on tomorrow. We have a room rented at, what's the name of that hotel?
Oh gosh, I don't remember, but we'll let them know later.
We can't remember, but we know it's right by the Dollar General.
Yeah. And the outfitter and the post office, so it's downtown, and the trail runs right in front of it, so it'll be great.
Yeah. The Appalachian Trail runs right pretty much down, I think, Main Street of Hot Springs, North Carolina, not Arkansas.
Yeah.
We have to stop when we get there, though, because I have 2 packages to pick up. If you remember from watching the series, which you better be watching the series, on like day 2 of this hike, my backpack malfunctioned. My $400 Z-Packs ultralight backpack, one of the vertical stays pushed through the pocket in the bottom, and I'm feeling something poking me in the rear end, and it's part of my pack. So contacted the company that makes them, Z-Packs, down in Florida. They're great folks. They sent a loaner pack to me down the trail. I got it when we got back from Mom's funeral. And I put my pack in the box. You probably know the story. Well, it's waiting for me at one of the hostels there in hot springs. It's called Laughing Heart Hostel. They take mail drops for hikers, and so I'm going to pick it up. And another piece for our tent that we lost, if you remember hearing about that back in Fontana Dam. So we'll have all our equipment back together. I'm going to put this loaner pack in the box, send it back to them, and everything will be wonderful.
Spring Creek Hotel.
Spring Creek Hotel, yep, it was well recommended to us. And because we're in Hot Springs, which like Hot Springs, Arkansas, has hot spring spas. I don't know how many. It's not as big as Arkansas, but we actually booked an hour in one of their hot tubs. Never done that before. Thought it would be pretty cool. Everyone says it's very therapeutic, and we need some therapy right now. We're like 267 miles down the trail, so don't think I'll be able to get any psychological therapy while I'm there, but at least some physical. So we got a great camp spot. You saw the tent set up. You can see the background around here. It's pretty thick, mostly. I always want to say yopon because that's what they have where I live, but it's rhododendron, which is a relative of the azalea. Azaleas are a type of rhododendron. They're not blooming yet. We've seen some blooming azaleas. I put some pictures up of an orange wild azalea, which is beautiful. But that's where we are, real close to a lot of water sources. So we're going to get up in the morning, hit it, get into Hot Springs. When you see us in the morning, we'll have our town faces on. We'll see you then. So yes, we are walking down the Appalachian Trail. We are in Hot Springs, North Carolina, and this is the official Appalachian Trail walking into town. There's a Appalachian Trail marker right there that says we're on the right path.